everyone, thank you so much for joining me in today's video. I am going to be showing you 3 limited edition highlighters, and don't worry, they are all still available, that I am super excited to be trying out. Of course, it's new makeup, so that always excites me. And we are talking about some really nice highlighters that I have been anticipating. So the 3 I'm going to talk about: the Magic Star highlighter from Charlotte Tilbury. Now these are all still in their box because I have not even looked at them in person yet. Okay, these I've only seen online. Now this one I've already had with me for about 2 weeks, but I decided to hold off because I knew these other 2 were going to be released as well. I just thought it would be nice to make one video where I show you guys all 3 of them. The next one is from Chantecaille, and this is called the Eclat Brilliant. I'm not sure if that is exactly how you pronounce it. So they do have a full collection they came out with for the holidays. This is the only item that I wanted to pick up, and ooh, I cannot wait to get my hands into that. Lastly is from Chanel, and I think this is the one I'm a little bit most excited about just because I really loved that Chanel holiday highlighter. So I'm really interested to see how this one looks. This is the Illuminating Powder Duo. Now before we actually dig into these highlighters, I do want to ask that you consider subscribing to my channel. I love doing reviews, first impressions, or real thorough reviews, and I also like to teach how to apply certain products. I really enjoy like sparkly and colorful palettes, but I'm someone that wants to make it a little bit more wearable, so I usually tone them down a bit. Most of the products I do test out and show off on my channel are luxury, but I am not limited to luxury products. A lot of the times more affordable things do pique my interest, so I go ahead and share those with you guys as well. So if that's something you're interested in, you want to make sure you hit that subscribe button. So I'm going to use one highlighter at a time, like obviously, right? But I'm going to show it one at a time. So I'll do the Charlotte Tilbury first, and I'm going to apply it mostly just on the high points of my cheeks. Maybe I'll go down the nose with it. I'm not too sure yet. And then I'm going to try to remove that highlighter and go in with the next one and then the next, so that we can really see how these highlighters look on the skin and see exactly how glowy we can get with them. So let me just finish tucking my hair back here. I really should have like clips down here, but okay. And let's get into it. Okay, so this Magic Star highlighter first. Let's see. It says here in the back of the box, you can apply water dry to illuminate and enhance cheekbones, temples, cupid's bow, and the décolleté. The packaging of this highlighter, you guys, is so pretty, isn't it? So it's like that Starburst compact, just like the rest of her holiday releases. Really pretty. Part of me wants to have a display where I can actually show these off. I don't know, I always feel wrong just putting them away in a drawer. I feel like they need a spotlight, but my gosh, how pretty is that? Ooh, and the inside. Let me take off this plastic. So it's got a nice mirror, and then that is the inside. So this is a gold champagne shade. And the good thing about this, at least from glancing at it, it looks like a very light gold shade. So it doesn't look very dark. I have more of a light medium, like leaning closer to a solid medium skin tone. Before I start, let me do a swatch. Oh, I love when it's textured. So that's how it looks on the finger. Trying to blend it a little bit. Okay, so that actually does look pretty golden. Now to apply. You guys have no idea how hard it was just having this stuff here and not using it. Oh, okay. Tap off the excess, and then oh, that's pretty. Okay, so I can tell, yeah, this definitely is a golden highlighter. I feel like maybe if I like really buff it in, I can make it work. So that's what I'm attempting to do right now. It does emphasize texture. I do have a few blemishes there that you're able to see a little bit more now that I've highlighted. Most highlighters will do that. There are a few that do us a favor and just really melt into your skin, and so then it doesn't really emphasize any texture. Whereas this, it could be where if you wear it for a little bit, it'll start melting into your skin. Like it really clinged onto a blemish that I have right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Kind of hope not, because you know that's not flattering, but I do want to show you how this performs. So let's go ahead and do the other cheek. So I actually applied a little bit more even on this side. And it looks really pretty. And I don't have as much texture on this side, but again, I can still, what I do have, it's still a little bit more prominent now that I've applied the highlighter. So here's the thing. I think it looks pretty. Do I love it? I don't love it. I will use it if I'm having a better skin day. But when it comes to like something like, okay, I'm in a rush, I'm just gonna go ahead and use this. It's not gonna be one of those that I'm gonna keep and I'm going to like use over and over and over again. The packaging of it is so beautiful though to me, so I'm still very happy that I got this. But I feel like, I don't know, I just really hate how it emphasized this. I would definitely not use this wet because I feel like it gives that punch that I like without it being too over the top. It's a sophisticated glow. These are actually the type of highlighters I really like. I'm just obviously gonna have to be a little bit more careful with this one as to when I apply it. Okay, so I've removed that last highlighter completely from my face, and I also wiped off all the remnants from the brush that I'm using. I figured it would probably be best and show off these products if I use the same brush for all of them. So now let's go ahead and get into the Chantecaille palette. Let me just show you guys how beautiful this packaging is. So beautiful, gorgeous, just gorgeous. Now, ooh, fancy. It comes in this beautiful, like light golden silky pouch. So pretty. And then, oh, my fingers don't fit in there. Okay, that's, oh my gosh. On the website, it says that the compact is full of a unique gold flakes. So every compact is gonna look different. They're all gonna have these flakes all over it, obviously, but the distribution is gonna look a little different. So now let's go ahead and open the inside. Wow. This looks like a woven material. Is that right? Almost like my sweater, actually. I'm not even sure what material this is. So hopefully that captures it. And this also looks to be somewhat of a golden highlighter. Let's watch this. Ooh. Yeah, so this is definitely like another golden champagne shade, just like the previous one. This one actually looks to be a little bit brighter. So let's see. Also, yeah, it is very golden. A radiant powder that sweeps a strobe of golden light across the high points of the face for a natural gleaming highlighting effect. Alright, so let's do the thing. Let's go ahead and apply this. Oh my gosh, I get so excited with this stuff. I mean, who doesn't, right? New makeup. It's quite exciting. Ooh, wows. Okay, let me wipe some of that off. That is intense. Wow. Like, it's very pigmented. Let's just try to blend this now. Buff it out. So this also emphasizes some texture, but I don't think it's as bad as the Magic Star highlighter. It looks really pretty, also very golden. I just grabbed a little bit that first time right now. So the first application was with a little bit less than when I went in with the left side. And that's a lot more wearable, really nice. It actually looks quite subtle. So I'm gonna apply a little bit more. My baby hairs are always all over the place. Like, what is this? Okay, so you know how I said that Charlotte Tilbury one is a sophisticated highlighter? I think we just got a little bit more sophisticated. But it looks like that's because this one seems to kind of melt a little bit more into your skin. And although when I first applied it, like, you're able to really buff it into your skin and like blend it out really nicely, where it looks a lot more like your actual skin. Not as much as other highlighters, but definitely more than the Charlotte Tilbury one. I do think this one looks really pretty. I'll go ahead and take this one with my nose here a little bit. I just don't want to put it all over the place, but just a little bit. Yeah, I really like the glow that this one gives. It's more subtle, although at first I thought it wasn't going to be. It scared me a little bit. But again, once you kind of work it into your skin, it looks a lot nicer and just more wearable. Can I add more intensity to this? Let's see. Because right now I like how it looks, but there's still, but for my liking, there's still more room to go a little bit more brighter. So let's see. See, now that right there, I feel like it's so pigmented that if you start layering it, it's just gonna look more and more gold. So I'm gonna pick up this other brush. It's also from Sonia G, and it's her mini cheek brush. There is no product on this, and I'm gonna try to blend this. Just to see, can we build up the glow without having so much pigment? And yeah, now that looks a lot better. I like the glow it's giving me. I love how it doesn't look powdery, even up close. After like fully blending it out, this is just a little bit more intense. It looks a little bit more like a wet highlighter than it does on this side. But again, because of all that blending that we did. And I think this is a really good example of what a difference it makes when you take your time and actually buff any product, rather than just applying it real quickly and just kind of moving on to the next step. If you really take your time with makeup, you can make it look so seamless and just your base will look so much more smoother and more radiant without looking like you really tried. Although when we want that look, we actually had to try a little bit harder. So yeah, I think that here you can kind of tell that difference. Hopefully you guys can. And we're down to the last highlighter. So this is the one I'm definitely most excited about. I don't know, well, actually, I was really excited about all of them, but there's just something about Chanel and their highlighters that I love. Oh, okay, so this even comes with a brush. I didn't know that. So all of their products come in like this little pouch. And here, should I try it with the brush? Oh, I don't know. So here is the brush it comes with. And then the highlighter. Oh! Okay, so the compact of the highlighter is kind of like your typical compact for Chanel, except that the double C embossment here is in silver. But isn't that beautiful? And then the inside. Whoa. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so pretty. So this highlighter is dual. So this shade up here is described as a pearly platinum. And then the one on this side is a golden beige. And oh my gosh, I don't want to touch this, but I'm gonna. Wow, very soft. And it looks like, it kind of looks like there's like really small, like micro specks of like shimmeriness that some may say is glitter. I would just say it's, you know, a high shimmer. So let's see, this is Pearly Platinum, the Golden Beige. So there are the two swatched. And then I'm just going to go ahead with my fingers and kind of mix the two. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, I love the mixture of both. Okay, so right off the bat, looking at this, I feel like this Pearly Platinum shade is not gonna flatter me all that much, but we're gonna go ahead and try one shade on one side of the face, the other on the other side, and then we'll mix it up towards the end. So let's go ahead. So again, I already wiped off any remnants from this brush, and let's go ahead and go into this Golden Beige shade. Oh, these goldens are like golden. That was stupid. These goldens are golden. Okay, yeah, genius. Okay, let's see. Let's try to blend this in. This surprises me a little bit. I feel like this is very intense. Okay, once you blend it, it's actually blending pretty nice. Excuse my dark circles. I've been sleeping so much these last 2 days. I don't know why I have these dark circles, but anyway. That's really nice. Again, it's got that golden undertone that's pretty noticeable. So you want to make sure to really work this in. I'm going to pick up this other brush. Let me just wipe it off. So this is the mini, is it? Yeah, the mini chick brush that we used earlier to buff. And let's see how it looks buffed. Okay, that's actually really nice. And I feel like this one actually melts into my skin a lot better. It doesn't add too much to my texture. It adds a little bit. It's a highlighter, that's gonna happen. But it's not as bad as the other two, and more so speaking about the Charlotte Tilbury one. But this looks really, really pretty. Very golden. I mean, it's just what it is for, well, I know this isn't a holiday release, right? But it was released during the holidays, and I feel like it's a really pretty shade for the holidays. Okay, so I wiped off that brush, and now we're gonna go into this Pearly Platinum side. You guys, I'm seriously afraid of this side, so let's see how this looks. Wow, I like that so much. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna add a little bit more. So this does have that pearly like color to it, but it's one of those where the actual pigment is on the sparkly. How do you explain that? Like, it's not pigment that covers up your skin. It's pigment that helps to brighten the skin, which is what we obviously typically want a highlighter to do. I mean, do you guys know what I'm talking about? I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know how to explain it. My brain is like totally fried right now. I love this color, you guys. Wow, I'm so surprised. And now I feel like I need to pick up that other brush to like really buff it in on its own with the same brush I used to apply it. It looks gorgeous. I love it. Okay, yeah. So this is that beige golden side. And then this is that platinum pearl side. So what do you guys think? Which is your favorite side? Okay, let's mix the two. I'm gonna go back and forth. And then we'll do the nose. So yeah, just take your time with these. I think for all three of these highlighters, just take your time to really work these into your skin, and you'll make them work a lot better, because at first They seem to be very intense and honestly out of my comfort zone, but once I really work it in, I love how all of these have looked. Since this is the last one, I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it everywhere. Then I'll add a little bit of the pearl shade on this side. And a little bit of that golden shade on this side. And this is definitely building up the intensity for sure. This is like my special occasion type of highlighter. I went in like close to my eye, a little bit too much there. But it's okay, I love this so much that I don't even care. So that is the dual highlighter from Chanel. What's the actual name of this one? I'm not, oh, you know what? I didn't even use the brush. I don't really want to. Either way, I wanted to use the same brush for all of them. But anyway. Yeah, this is called the Duo Camelias Illuminating Powder Duo. Something like that. So now that we're all done with applying these highlighters, so let me go ahead and give you my final thoughts on each one of them. And I'll be swatching them again, but next to each other so that we can compare the actual shades a little bit better. So the first one that I used today is this Magic Star highlighter from Charlotte Tilbury. The packaging of this honestly is what tipped me over to say, you know what, I need that in my collection, because the actual highlighter itself, though I know it was going to be really beautiful, I knew I was going to pick up the other two for sure. So I had originally decided to skip out on this, but I'm telling you guys, the packaging just really won me over. I'm not somebody that's typically a sucker for packaging, but I do have my exceptions, and this is definitely one of them. It's just so pretty. It's a very like vintagey looking, really gorgeous. And come on, the highlighter itself is so beautiful. The thing with this one and with me is that because it's a golden, I just think that the color in here is a little bit more intense, where it doesn't look as seamless on my skin tone at least. It's still one that I can work with. It definitely will just have to really work into my skin, but once I start doing so, I think it looks really nice. It's just not going to be one that I'm going to reach for all that often. On days that I feel a little bit more comfortable in my skin, this will definitely be one of the contenders that I use for that day. Really beautiful highlighter. Definitely happy that I have it. Let's go ahead and do a swatch of that Charlotte Tilbury one. So again, there we go. But this one falls in third place. Now this next highlighter also comes in a stunning packaging, very luxurious. I mean, we are talking about Chantecaille. I love how this looks. I love the actual highlighter in here, and the texture in here just looks so beautiful. Just something very different, yet very simple. I love this. I feel like this one definitely applied a little bit more intense than what I initially anticipated it was going to. I thought this was just going to be one of those, right off the bat, one of those like real subtle highlighters, and you can make it that way, but you have to really buff it into your skin. And once you start doing so, you will learn to pretty much immediately start loving this. I think this is gorgeous. It's also a golden highlighter, but it's not as golden as the previous one, which makes it work a little bit better on my skin. It's also more of that, you know, classic, sophisticated highlighter. So this is something that I see myself reaching for more regularly. It gives a really beautiful glow, but without going too intense or without even getting that close. Again, you have to buff it in to get to that point. If you just apply it on real quickly, just with a few strokes, it's gonna be intense. And if that's what you like, then that's pretty awesome, because you can make this highlighter work in different ways for you. I would just personally make it look a little bit more subtle, though really saying subtle is downplaying it a little bit too much. For me, it's just like that perfect highlighter that I think looks really pretty on my skin tone. This is that perfect golden shade that I can get away with and feel comfortable in without it feeling like it's too much. So let's go ahead and do another swatch of this one right next to the Charlotte Tilbury one. And as you can see, it is definitely a lighter golden shade. And so this highlighter falls in second place for today's video. Now there's only one left, so you already know the first place is this Charlotte Tilbury Dual Highlighter. I just love this. The golden side, the golden side, which is the side I thought I was gonna like the most for myself, is pretty, but mixed in with this pearly platinum shade, or just even this pearly platinum shade on its own, is just my favorite. I love this highlighter so much. It's closer to giving that wet look, and I just think for my skin tone, this one works the best for me. I love how it applied. It blended out a lot easier. It's the one that did less emphasizing of my texture. I think it's gorgeous. I know it's a typical Chanel packaging, but I love their simple packaging. And yeah, I think this is just so, so pretty. So let's go ahead and do some swatches. I'm going to do the golden one next to the other shades that I've swatched. And then we'll do the pearly shade next to that. And then I'll mix the two. Okay, and then I put down the lighting so that hopefully that will help a little bit better with the swatches. Ooh, that looks so pretty. So, sorry guys, here we go again. Charlotte Tilbury, Chantecaille, Chanel Golden, Chanel Pearl side, and then the two Chanel highlighters combined. Alright guys, that's it as far as today's video. Share in the comments down below what you think is the best. Have you picked any of these up? How do they work for you? Let's get a conversation started down below. If you like this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. And while you're there, remember to subscribe so you do not miss out on any of my future videos. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. Until next time.